What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Beat of Business with me, Ravi Wadden. And if you follow this channel, you know that I've done some awesome videos on the metaverse over the past couple of days. But one thing I haven't done yet is talk about how you can invest in the metaverse. Well, today is your lucky day because I'm going to show you a super easy way to get well-diversified exposure to metaverse-related stocks with one simple investment. Buying shares in this ETF will give you exposure to 40 different companies that are all positioned extremely well to benefit and profit from the metaverse. With one simple investment, you will get exposure to semiconductor companies like Nvidia and Qualcomm, gaming companies like Roblox, and software companies like Microsoft, Unity Software, and Amazon. All you have to do is go to your Robinhood, your TD Ameritrade, or any other brokerage that you use and just type in the ticker symbol META, and boom, you just got exposure to 40 different companies that are well positioned to benefit and profit from the metaverse. In a nutshell, the metaverse can be defined as a successor to the current internet and is anticipated to be the largest social network on the planet over the coming years. In this video, we'll do a full review on the RoundHill Metaverse ETF. We'll talk about what it is, what the fund invests in, what are the costs to own the fund, who it's for, and how it works. We will cover its strengths and we will cover its weaknesses. So make sure you tune in until the very end because I'm going to be dropping some serious knowledge. All I ask of you is one simple favor. Please hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm because it helps me and my channel out tremendously, because the more people that hit that thumbs up button, the more YouTube will recommend this video to others. To get a better understanding of what the RoundHill Metaverse ETF is, let's quickly talk about what an ETF is. An ETF, or exchange traded fund, is a basket of different stocks or bonds that usually tracks an investment theme or an index. Now, an ETF trades just like a stock. You can buy one share of an ETF or you can buy 10,000 shares of an ETF. ETFs in general are a great way to build a diversified portfolio and avoid single stock exposure and single stock risk. To get a better understanding of what an ETF is, let's compare it to a stock. Now let's use Krispy Kreme's stock as an example. Now Krispy Kreme stock is currently trading at around $15 per share. Now if I bought one share of Krispy Kreme for $15, Krispy Kreme is the only company that you will be buying. Now let's take a look at the Metaverse ETF, ticker symbol META, which also trades at around $15 per share. But when you buy one share for $15, you are actually buying 40 different companies that all participate in the metaverse economy. Now, which 40 companies does the Metaverse ETF invest in? Well, that's what we'll cover in the next section. Let's take a look at some of the key details of the RoundHill Investments Metaverse ETF. It trades under ticker symbol META, which is a great ticker symbol, and had it not been for them taking this ticker symbol back in June, Facebook definitely would have snatched it up. I wonder if you can sell ticker symbols like you can sell domain names, because they could definitely sell this ticker symbol to Facebook for a lot of money. That would be awesome. But anyways, I'm getting off track. Back to the video. The fund is traded on the New York Stock Exchange. It has an expense ratio of 0.75%, which we'll talk about more in a second. Currently, the fund has $823 million of assets under management, with 52.8 million shares outstanding. The fund was launched on June 30th, 2021, and currently the fund holds 40 different securities. The top 10 holdings within the fund are Nvidia Corporation, Roblox, Microsoft, Meta Platforms, aka Facebook, Unity Software, Amazon, Tencent, Taiwan Semi, and Qualcomm. All very solid companies that are well positioned for the metaverse future we are headed for. If you want to see all 40 companies that the fund holds, here is a complete list with some notable names being Snap, Coinbase, Adobe Systems, Samsung, Disney, Square, PayPal, and many more. Now, it's important to understand that each one of these companies has a different weighting within the fund. What I mean by that is when you buy one share of the Metaverse ETF, which trades around $15, that $15 is not equally distributed to all 40 companies. So when you buy one share of the Metaverse ETF for $15, 11.4% of that $15 is allocated to Nvidia, which is the fund's biggest holding. 9.97% is allocated to Roblox. 7.41% is allocated to Microsoft. 5.81% is allocated to Meta, aka Facebook, so on and so forth. And as you can see from this list, the companies with the largest allocations are at the top of the list, and the companies with the smallest allocations are at the bottom of the list. Nonetheless, it's a well-diversified metaverse portfolio. Now I want to talk about the fund's expense ratio, which is 0.75%. Now the expense ratio is pretty much what you pay for RoundHill Investments to manage this fund on an annual basis. So if you invested $1,000 into this ETF, you'll be paying RoundHill Investments an annual management fee of $7.50. If you invest $10,000 into this fund, you'll be paying them an annual management fee of $75. And if you invest $100,000 into this fund, you'll pay them an annual management fee of $750. And just for fun, if you want to know what RoundHill Investments is making in terms of revenue on this fund, all you have to do is take the assets under management, which currently stand at $823 million, and multiply it by 0.75%, which gives you $6.17 million. So in case you're curious what RoundHill Investments is making in terms of revenue, it's $6.17 million. And a 0.75% expense ratio is pretty much industry standard for an actively managed mutual fund. So the expense ratio is not index fund low, but you are paying for a unique product, and you're paying pretty much what you would pay for any other thematic-based ETF or mutual fund, like Cathie Wood's ARK funds, for instance. In terms of who this fund is for, it's for anyone who believes and is bullish on the future of the metaverse. Now, personally, I think the metaverse is going to play a huge role in our future as we move into a hybrid world, which is half digital and half physical. The metaverse is already blowing up as we speak, but when we think about it in its bigger context, the metaverse is still in its infancy. So if you believe in the future of the metaverse and the potential of this new digital economy, and you want a fund that invests in the companies that are leading the charge, then this is the fund for you. Bloomberg Intelligence believes the market opportunity for the metaverse can reach $800 billion by 2024, and ARK Invest estimates that revenue from the virtual worlds could approach $400 billion by 2025, up from the approximate $180 billion in revenue derived in 2021. Whether we look at the future of work, whether we look at the future of gaming, or whether we look at how we will buy goods and services in the future, the metaverse is going to transform everything we do on a day-to-day basis. And as you can see from the thematic breakdown of this exchange-traded fund, it truly invests in the future. 19.1% of the fund is investing in computing components, 18.8% in cloud solutions, 19.8% of the fund invests in gaming platforms, 8.4% in consumer electronics, 9.1% in simulation software, 11.6% in social networks, and 5.1% in video games. And these are all things that are going to drive growth over the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. In summary, I think that the RoundHill Investments Metaverse ETF is a great financial product and a great way to invest in the future of the metaverse through publicly traded companies. I'd say that the only downside of this fund is the fact that it has a 0.75% expense ratio. But like I said, that's pretty industry standard in terms of expense ratios, at least for funds like this that invest in emerging themes. Now, one way to avoid the expense ratio would be to buy each one of these stocks individually, or at least buy the top 10 holdings of this fund. But even that seems like would require a lot of maintenance and a lot of upkeep. As always, I'd strongly suggest that all of you go to the RoundHill Investments website to do some of your own due diligence, because they not only have this ETF, but they have a lot of cool ETFs that they've created. And these include an esports ETF, a sports betting ETF, a streaming ETF, a pro sports ETF, and a digital infrastructure ETF. And if you want to learn more about the metaverse, I suggest you watch some of the content content that I've put out over the past few days, which covers the metaverse in much more detail. ETFs in general are a great way to build a diversified portfolio and avoid single stock exposure and single stock risk. All in all, I think that the RoundHill Investments Metaverse ETF is a great product that I'll definitely be adding to my portfolio. With that, I want to thank you all for watching this video, and please remember to like this video for the YouTube algorithm. That way, it's recommended to others. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel because I'm dropping knowledgeable and helpful content like this multiple times a week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have an awesome weekend. I'll see you all next time.